This moment is crucial. It is about your safety. There is a hidden danger in your medicine cabinet right now. It is subtle. It is ignored by many. But it is the leading chemical trigger for devastating falls in people over 60. This is not about new experimental drugs. This is about common pills. Pills you likely see every day. Pills prescribed by well-meaning doctors. Pills bought over the counter at the grocery store. You take one for pain. You take another for sleep. You take a third to manage your nerves. You think you are fixing 3 different problems. But your body sees only one catastrophic problem: a sudden coordinated assault on your balance system. Experts are sounding the alarm. They know this combination exists in millions of households. They know it steals independence. We are going to protect you from this invisible risk. We are going to expose the 2 pill types that, when combined, create a perfect chemical scenario for disaster. Think about the last time you felt dizzy. Maybe you stood up too fast. Maybe you turned around in the kitchen and the room seemed to spin. That feeling is your warning sign. A fall is not just a broken hip. It is often the absolute end of independence. It changes everything. It forces difficult conversations. It brings fear into your daily routines. We want you walking confidently. We want you living fully. That means we must remove the unseen tripwires hiding in your daily medications. The core of the problem is this: the aging body processes drugs differently. When you were 40, your liver and kidneys cleared medicine quickly. Now, those organs take longer. The pills stay in your system longer. They accumulate. When you mix 2 pills that cause drowsiness, you don't just get double the drowsiness. You get an effect that is 4 or 5 times stronger than intended. It's called synergy. Imagine your brain's control center. It manages awareness, reaction time, and balance. It is precise work. When you combine certain drugs, you are putting sand in the gears of that control center. Everything slows down. We call this the drowsy double tap. Let's focus first on the single most common cause of senior falls involving medication: pills that suppress your central nervous system. These are the drugs designed to relax you. They are essential when used correctly. They are deadly when misunderstood. We are talking about pill group number 1, the sedation accelerators. These pills hit the brain directly. They slow down brain activity. They are taken for reasons like chronic pain, muscle spasms, anxiety, or simply getting a good night's sleep. Often, people take these powerful drugs without even realizing how strong they are because they bought them over the counter. Think about sleep aids. Many common sleep formulas use ingredients that are actually older antihistamines. They are fantastic at making you drowsy, but they are also designed to dry up your sinuses, your mouth, and, importantly, affect key chemical messengers in your brain responsible for memory and balance. If you are using a sleep aid regularly, even a seemingly mild one, you are already operating with a handicap during the day. Let's look at a common scenario. It happens every Tuesday morning to Frank, a viewer just like you. Frank has trouble sleeping. He grabs an over-the-counter nighttime pill at 10 p.m. He finally sleeps deeply. The trouble is, those ingredients have a very long half-life. They linger. When Frank wakes up at 7 a.m., he feels a little groggy, but he pushes past it. He thinks the sleepiness is just old age or poor sleep quality. He doesn't realize he is already chemically impaired. His reaction time is slower by maybe 30%. His perception of depth is slightly off. He is already standing on a loose ledge. Now, let's introduce the second pill, the second half of the deadly combination. This is pill group number 2, the blood pressure bombs. These pills attack your system differently. They don't necessarily make you groggy, but they disrupt the mechanism that manages your upright posture. This mechanism is called orthostatic blood pressure regulation. When you sit down, your blood pools slightly in your lower body. When you stand up quickly, your body has to rush blood back up to your brain immediately so you don't faint. Your nervous system sends a signal. Your heart rate increases slightly and your blood vessels constrict. When you take certain medications, they interfere with this immediate response. The signal is either too slow or the blood vessels cannot constrict fast enough. The result is orthostatic hypotension, a sudden, critical drop in the blood pressure when you change position. Which common pills do this? Many pills prescribed for bladder control, such as those treating an overactive bladder, are prime examples. They relax smooth muscles. While this is great for the bladder, it also means they can relax the smooth muscles in your blood vessel walls. When those vessels relax, your blood pressure drops suddenly as you stand up. Pills managing high blood pressure are another group. If the dosage is slightly off, or if they interact with the sedation accelerators, they can lower your pressure too much when you transition from sitting to standing. Think about a common diuretic, a water pill. It helps reduce fluid volume and lower pressure. Essential medicine, but it changes the fluid dynamics in your body. Combine that fluid change with a pill that slows your reaction time, and you are inviting catastrophe. Now, let's combine Frank's routine. This is where the real danger lies. Frank took the sedation accelerator, sleep aid, last night. His brain is already slightly slowed down. His balance is compromised. This morning, Frank takes his bladder control pill, blood pressure bomb, with breakfast. He gets a phone call. He jumps up quickly from the breakfast table to answer it on the counter. What happens in that microsecond? Step 1. The blood pressure bomb kicks in. Because his blood vessels are relaxed and he stood too quickly, his blood pressure plummets. His brain is suddenly starved of oxygen. This causes the immediate, sharp, dizzy rush. The world tilts. Step 2. The sedation accelerator takes over. Frank's brain, already slowed by last night's pill, cannot react fast enough to stabilize himself. His muscles cannot tighten immediately to catch his balance. His reflexes are too slow to grab the counter. He is chemically defenseless. The dizziness becomes a wobble. The wobble becomes a full, unstoppable forward lean. He falls directly into the kitchen counter, or worse, onto the hard tile floor. This fall was not caused by a loose rug. It was caused by the combination of two common pills, taken hours apart, prescribed by different doctors who never cross-referenced the combined effect. This is the hidden crisis of modern medication management for seniors. Most falls are preventable if we simply manage the synergistic effect of these two classes of drugs. You must stop thinking of your medications as separate treatments. You must start viewing them as one interacting chemical system within your body. The synergistic effect we are discussing can also happen when you combine an anxiety medication, like a benzodiazepine, with a strong narcotic pain reliever prescribed after dental surgery or a minor injury. Both of these are sedation accelerators. They both slow the central nervous system. When you double up, the risk of profound impairment is extreme. Your ability to judge curbs, stairs, or even a step down from the doorway disappears. It is your responsibility, starting today, to become the safety manager of your own medication list. Your doctors are extremely busy. They rely on you to tell them everything you take. The stakes are too high for half-truths or omissions. You cannot assume your primary care doctor knows about the low-dose sleeping pill prescribed by your specialist or the bladder medicine prescribed by the urologist. You need a master list. This list must include every single thing that goes into your mouth that isn't food. We mean everything. Prescription pills, vitamins, over-the-counter pain relievers, herbal supplements, sleeping teas, and especially those rescue pills you take only when the pain is really bad. Keep this list updated. Keep it simple. And most importantly, keep it in your wallet. When you see a doctor, you must ask the single most important safety question: how does this new medication interact with my existing pill group number 1, the sedation accelerators, and pill group number 2, the blood pressure bombs? Demand an answer about the fall risk. We have only scratched the surface of this critical topic. We have identified the 2 deadly categories, but we must now give you the specific tools to navigate this conversation with your healthcare providers. In Part 2, we will reveal the specific types of drugs within these 2 categories that pose the highest risk, allowing you to cross-reference them with your own prescription bottles. We will discuss specific classes like tricyclic antidepressants, certain muscle relaxers, and specific combinations of blood pressure medications that push the fall risk past the breaking point. Do not wait. Print or write out your master list right now. Have it ready. The next conversation with your doctor might save your life and your independence. We will continue the critical safety discussion in just a moment, where we provide you with the specific names to look out for. Stay with us. We have already uncovered the most direct and potent threats lurking in your medicine cabinet. But falls are often caused not by the obvious collision of 2 powerful drugs, but by the subtle, steady accumulation of side effects. We must now turn our attention to the silent, sneaky combinations. These are the pills you take daily, or even the ones you grab from the pharmacy aisle without a second thought. These interactions chip away at your stability. They dull your reflexes. They confuse your balance system until that crucial moment when you stand up too quickly. This is where the real danger often lies for seniors. The blood pressure dizziness trap. Let's talk about medication for high blood pressure. Many of you rely on these life-saving pills. You might be taking a diuretic, often called a water pill, like hydrochlorothiazide, or a drug like lisinopril. These drugs are designed to relax your blood vessels or reduce fluid volume. They are working hard to protect your heart. But that success comes with a tightrope walk. If your blood pressure drops too low, even slightly, it creates a powerful risk of a fall. The problem starts when you introduce a second pill that also affects your blood pressure or hydration in an unexpected way. Consider the common cold. You reach for that nighttime multi-symptom cold relief capsule. What is often hidden in those capsules? Decongestants, and often strong antihistamines that cause drowsiness. Decongestants can sometimes cause a sudden spike or dip in blood pressure. Antihistamines, especially the older, more effective ones, cause severe dizziness and confusion. The combination of your daily blood pressure medicine, which is keeping your pressure regulated, and the sudden addition of a cold pill is a perfect recipe for orthostatic hypotension. This is the technical term for that dizzy, spinning feeling when you move from sitting to standing. You feel fine lying down. You feel stable sitting at the kitchen table. You stand up to reach the coffee pot, and suddenly, the world turns to fog. Your head feels disconnected from your body. Your legs feel weak. This isn't just a simple dizzy spell. It is a critical drop in blood flow to the brain, triggered by the drug combination. If you are 60 or older, you must assume that any medication for cold, flu, or allergies impacts your stability, especially when paired with blood pressure medication. You are protected by asking yourself this: does this OTC pill make me feel drowsy, jittery, or dehydrated? If the answer is yes, you must consult your doctor about staggering the doses away from your daily blood pressure medication. Never assume an over-the-counter remedy is safe just because you don't need a prescription. For seniors, the distinction between prescription and OTC medication often disappears when it comes to falls risk. The hidden muscle relaxer interaction. Another extremely common scenario involves pain management and anxiety relief. Perhaps you spent a wonderful day in the garden. Your back is aching. You take a muscle relaxer, such as cyclobenzaprine. These are very common prescriptions. They work primarily by sedating your central nervous system, which relaxes the muscles. They are fundamentally designed to make you feel sleepy and slightly heavy. But later that evening, your chronic restlessness or mild anxiety kicks in. You decide to take your regular anxiety medication. We are not even talking about powerful benzodiazepines here. We are talking about milder, non-addictive anxiety medications that still have a sedating effect. Or perhaps you forgot you took the muscle relaxer, and you decide to take a standard sleep aid to help you drift off. The muscle relaxer is still actively circulating in your system, already slowing down your processing speed. When the anxiety pill or sleep aid is added, the effect is multiplied, not merely added together. It creates a profound sense of heavy-limbed exhaustion and confusion that feels unnatural. You walk to the bathroom in the middle of the night. You flip the light switch, but the light seems too bright, or your eyes can't focus fast enough. Your reaction time is severely delayed. If you step on a rug edge, your brain doesn't register the trip signal quickly enough to lift your foot or catch yourself. This is how debilitating falls occur. They happen in the seconds when your drug-slowed reflexes cannot overcome a simple physical obstacle. We are giving you this authoritative warning. Never combine a muscle relaxer with any other pill that carries a sleep warning, unless specifically instructed by your physician. The risk of sudden, severe sedation is simply too high. The anticholinergic burden, the fog creator. Now we must address one of the most dangerous and least understood interactions for older adults, the anticholinergic burden. This is a clinical term, but its effect is simple: confusion and cognitive impairment that leads directly to falls. Anticholinergic drugs work by blocking a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. This blockage is often necessary to treat conditions like bladder control issues, specific allergies, or even symptoms of depression. But acetylcholine is also absolutely vital for memory, focus, and muscle control. When you take one anticholinergic drug, you might feel a little dry-mouthed or slightly forgetful. When you combine two, or sometimes three, seemingly unrelated anticholinergic drugs, the mental fog becomes thick and dangerous. This is the anticholinergic burden. Where are these hidden drugs found? 1. Bladder control medications. Drugs like oxybutynin, ditropan are strong anticholinergics. 2. Older antihistamines. Diphenhydramine, found in Benadryl and almost all nighttime sleep aids, is a powerful anticholinergic. 3. Older antidepressants. Certain older classes of antidepressants still widely prescribed have high anticholinergic properties. Imagine this scenario. You are taking a bladder control pill daily. It is doing its job well, but you feel a little dry in the mouth. You catch a bad cold and take a nighttime cold remedy containing diphenhydramine to help you sleep and dry up your sinuses. You now have two strong anticholinergics working together. Your mental clarity plummets. Your eyes struggle to adjust to darkness. Your sense of depth perception is distorted. You may even experience brief hallucinations or sudden confusion about where you are. This level of drug-induced disorientation is not just inconvenient. It is medically categorized as a high fall risk. You literally cannot trust your eyes or your brain to navigate your own living room. Your protection against the anticholinergic burden lies in immediate awareness. If you take any pill for bladder control, for chronic depression, or for sleep, you must ask your pharmacist one critical question. Is this medication anticholinergic? If the answer is yes, you cannot safely mix it with other sedating agents or common OTC nighttime remedies without strict medical supervision. The protective steps you must take today. Understanding the dangerous combinations is only half the battle. Your immediate protection requires changes in routine. You must stop relying on memory alone to track your medications. We call this next step the brown bag review. Take every single bottle, tube, vial, and box of medication you have. This includes vitamins, supplements, herbal remedies, and all OTC pills. Put them all in one paper bag. Take that bag to your primary care doctor or, better yet, to your pharmacist. Tell them this. I am concerned about my risk of falling. Can you review this list for any drug combinations that increase sedation or dizziness? Pharmacists are medication safety experts. They are trained to spot these exact interaction risks, the combinations that slip past general practitioners. This review is not optional. It is vital. It is the single most proactive step you can take today to safeguard your stability and prevent a debilitating fall. The second critical protection step involves timing. Stagger your doses. If you must take two medications that both cause mild drowsiness, do not take them at the exact same moment. If you take your blood pressure pill at 8 a.m. and you need a pain reliever that causes slight dizziness, try to take the second pill 3 or 4 hours later. This allows the peak effect of the first drug to subside before the second drug starts working. Never take multiple sedating pills right before bed. If the combination hits its peak effect while you are trying to navigate the darkness of your home, your fall risk is immense. Third, establish the 10-second stand-up rule. This is a practical defense against orthostatic hypotension, that blood pressure drop that happens when you rise. Before you stand up from a couch, a bed, or a chair, count slowly to 3. Flex your feet. When you stand, stop. Plant your feet firmly. Wait 10 full seconds before you take your first step. Use these 10 seconds to consciously check your balance. Are you lightheaded? Are the room edges wavy? Do you feel steady? If the answer is anything but a solid yes, sit back down immediately. Wait 2 minutes and try again slowly. This simple 10-second pause is a crucial safety barrier built into your daily routine. It gives your body, especially your drug-affected circulatory system, time to adjust to gravity. We have now clearly defined the risks from high-impact depressants and the sneaky dangers of silent accumulations like the anticholinergic burden. But there is one major area of falls risk we have yet to fully illuminate. This involves common medications designed to relieve physical discomfort that, when mixed, cause severe neurological side effects. We are talking about the unexpected danger lurking in certain combinations of common mood stabilizers and specific anti-inflammatory drugs. These combinations lead not just to dizziness, but to uncontrollable tremors, severe weakness, and sensory overload, all critical precursors to a devastating fall. This final, crucial protection must be understood. Stay with us. Your safety depends on knowing every layer of this critical warning.